Everybody, and welcome back to DIY Chopped, where we're in the process of finishing the decals on a 77 Pontiac Bandit Series Edition Trans Am. You know, there is so much detail on this model, and I'm going to try to do as much as I can to kind of show you a little bit. But what we're going to be doing in this video, because of the detailing part, is we're going to be pausing it and putting a lot of the increment detail, but I'm going to show you the mass majority of it. And hopefully this will be the last video, and we'll do a reveal at the end of our video. So, but right now we're getting ready to put the actual pinstriping around the headlights, and I just got this kind of propped up, you know, on the chassis a little bit, you know, so that way we can get a good camera angle on it, and hopefully we can you know, kind of give you a little bit of a good view. This is the actual applicator that I was talking about, one of the tools that I use. It's got a very soft kind of like a fabric brush on the end of it, and it works really well. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got kind of like a fuzz on it, but what that is basically a kind of a plastic material, but it's very soft. And I also have, well, we don't need this one, that's a razor, but that's a decal cutter. And I also have this right here, which is to move them around with. And I have this one here if I need to kind of hook it. Now, these are basically cricket cutter tools. You can get these fairly at Walmart, Myers, anybody who sells it does a cricket dealer. And these are really nice tools. So, but we're going to go ahead and jump right in here. Hopefully, over here we got some decals that are been soaking a little bit. We're going to see if we got a lift on it. Okay, and we do. And we do. And we're just going to basically, hopefully, we're going to get this monkey to kind of, and these are really nice applicators. You can get these applicators at most craft stores. They can be used for virtually everything you can imagine. There we go. And due to the light, I'm going to have to kind of move it out. It's getting kind of dark over here where I'm at. So I'm going to have to hit it on the spotlight. Oh yeah. And gotta take this outside the video. Sorry guys, but I didn't realize it's getting dark quick over here where I'm at. And we got a storm rolling in, so we got clouds. Hear a little bit of thunder in the background. And what I need to do is kind of improve my lighting a little bit. But it's a process. It's a progress rather than perfection. There we go. I'm pretty sure I can get somebody to agree with me out there. And you can also take your applicator and just dip it in the water a little bit and kind of rub it on the decal, kind of smooth it out. These are really good addition to your tools. And then you basically got the other one, and we're going to just take the applicator, you know, it's already dipped in the water, and just kind of move it right off here. This makes things really easy. Whoa, until you get that going on. You don't want it inside the headlight. Put it inside the headlight, then you got problematics. So you want to keep it outside that headlight. Boom. And that's beautiful right there. I almost have that perfectly on there. It just opened itself up really nicely. And then you can just kind of dry it off just a little bit. We're going to take some of the water off. It's kind of like painting. Get a good view on it with the light. Might have to move it in. Yes, I do. I got to move it over. You can move with your finger, but if you can avoid it, you know, and I described in an earlier video, do so, because the oil on your skin can put fingerprints on them. But sometimes we have to go by our best judgment, and sometimes we got to use our fingers. And that looks absolutely great. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these in here, and these actually goes on the sides right here, and we're going to go ahead and stick this thing down. Stick these in there. Hopefully they'll go in there flat. Sometimes, like I said earlier, they'll curl up, and when they do, you don't want them curling on themselves. I'm going to keep these separated. When you're doing two, do one on one side over here, then do the other one. I don't know if you can see my hand. Do one here over here, and then do one over here. So that way, if they float, you know, they float towards it, you can actually move them away, and you can keep them away. So, you know, I do see a little problematic on my one of them right here. I'm gonna try to fix it. I don't know if you can see that. It's right on the rough line there. Okay. It's okay though. Here we go. Let these soak just a little bit. You know, it kind of gives me a little bit to talk to you, and you know, tell you how much of a joy this is just to have you guys, you know, with me. You know, really, this is so awesome. We'll go ahead and look at these ready. You know, sharing what I've learned, you know, and passing it on. That's basically what this is all about. You know, so many of the old timers showed me things, I mean, phenomenal things. But see, the model world today is it's just dying out, because people have lost interest in models, and the ones that do have an interest, you know, a lot of them, they can't buy models because their hobby shops in their hometown has closed up, retired. Now this one here, you got to go behind the mirror, and I'll tell you, this is a little tricky, but it is possible. I know, but because I do it. And I'll show you on the next one. Oop, almost got my applicator. And here we go. Wow. This is such a joy. Such a joy. You know, I know you guys are probably like, I want to see what you're doing there. This one here is becoming a problem. Doesn't want to adhere straight. There it goes. Now, a lot of things that I also know on this too is when you're doing these models, you know, staying calm, of course, is the first thing that I recommend. But always think ahead. You know, when if you're let's see if we can get a better angle on this here real quick. Okay, we're going to move this over here. You know, and I can just I need to get a camera that is in front of me so that way you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I'm so sorry I can't actually show you, but basically what I'm doing is I'm dipping it in the water and I'm just basically just kind of going over it and getting the bubbles out, and I'm moving. And you're probably, yep, somebody out there is probably saying, yeah, he's breaking his own rules again. He's touching with his fingernail. Okay. Now this, actually I am going to have to use my decal cutter because this decal's longer. Alright, looky there. So then we're going to take our decal cutter. This is a decal cutter. I'm going to go right there where the line is for the hood. You see the hood come up. That's the reason why, is because I cut the decal. And the decal lined up right there on the corner of the hood. I don't know if you guys can see that. That is so right there. Actually lined right up. Looks really, really good. And then we're going to get our other one out. And I'm going to try to get you guys to see this. Okay. I'm going to take the decal out of the water so that way it doesn't. I'm going to try to lower this tripod a little bit here so that way y'all can get a better view of it. Get as close to the table as I can. Alright. There we go. So that way we can get a closer look at what we're doing here. There we go. And what we're going to do is basically what we're going to do is we're going to very gently give it just a little bit of a pull with your finger. I know somebody's out there saying, well, you said no, you can't touch it with your fingers. This is contrary because, and then you just want to try, take it right up, and boom. Okay? Just like that. And I'm dropping decals on the floor. So what we're going to have, give me just a second here, viewers. I don't want to lose any of these decals. There we go. Alright. And then we're going to take the tool. Remember, I'm going to dip it into our decal solution. And I'm going to move this very carefully. If possible, I'm going to move it with water. Sometimes you got to move it with your finger, but you're supposed to move it with water. And we're going to kind of just, now this was quite easy actually, very very impressed with how easy this one went on. The other one was a very much problematic, and it was giving me all kinds of fits. Take your take the applicator, and this one's actually the right size too. The other one was longer. Make sure that they're both even, which this, yeah, I know one thing. 4th of July is near. Somebody's setting off the bottle rockets and screamers. There we go. And this one here's longer. Okay, so just go ahead and what I like to do is just basically take the decal, let it curve over, okay, and this here's got a dull point on it, and it's got a ball on the end of it, so which makes it really nice. Here we go. Just kind of make that thing, stretch it just a little bit, just enough to get the bubbles out. Don't stretch it for tension. You want to just enough to get the bubbles out. Make sure that always keep your applicator wet. Boom. She's looking good. Alright. There goes that one. This is such a joy. This is such a joy. Hope y'all having fun, because I know I am. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on pause just real quick. And I'm going to soak the sides, because we got some fenders that we got to do, and I'll be right back. So don't you all go anywhere, because we got more decaling coming right up. Hello everybody, we're back, and I've already actually took it off and put it on the fender here. So, but I'm trying to get it positioned. It's kind of hard to work this with the camera. You had to use the hook. Go ahead and take this hood off. And we can protect our decals on it. Let's stick this over here. Okay. And basically just same way with the others. Basically what we're doing is just moving it around with the applicator as best as you can. I tell you, it's been a while since I did a model, and kind of a little bit out of practice, so I'm going to make some mistakes here and there along the way with these videos, but we're going to learn together on some things too. So now you'll also learn to discover too that there's some decals that won't exactly fit. So you're going to basically just kind of manipulate it a little bit and make the decal conform to your fenders. Like for instance, if it's on the edge of a fender, you may have to raise it up just a little bit and kind of Okay, I'm gonna have to do this a little quicker where you guys can't see it. Now, one of the things I am looking at doing is getting a snake. It's called a camera snake, where I can actually hook it up to my device and I can maneuver it in front of me so that way you guys can see what I'm seeing. I'm also looking at possibly getting a remote headgear camera to where everything my eyes are seeing, you're also seeing. Now, everything that we do, all the supplies and everything that we encounter on this program on DIY is actually funded through myself and through a few other people that are very, very, very blessed brothers of mine, and partners with Hobby Lobby. You know, people like Hobby Lobby. They're so good to me. You know, with the discounts, which I previously mentioned in a video that we're going to be possibly doing one-on-one classes at the Hobby Lobby store here in my local town, Springfield, Ohio. So, and I'm really hoping that actually takes off, because I'm going to have all kinds of fun with that. And again, you know, same problem we had before, except you're going to catch it with your finger. At least that's how I do it. And then just, you take it and basically just like this, and just loop, kind of like flipping and flopping. And there goes my dog. She likes to bark at barking crickets. That's what my dad says. My mom and dad's got a couple of dogs, and they bark. Okay, this is going to be problematic. It's really going to give me some fits. But we're determined. We are determined to get this done and get done right. So, right. And basically, you just got to move it right into position as best as you can, and you don't want to necessarily stretch it. You just want to move it. You want to get it to where it flattens itself out, like I'm doing. And it's pretty close. Sometimes if you see a bubble and you just kind of tap on it, if it's wet enough, it'll slide itself right into position. You know, try to work smarter, not harder. I'm pretty sure you all heard that phrase somewhere. There we go. And I just realized I'm missing a part. Missing the underferrum to the front. Wow. I missed that on the inventory. Okay. That's alright though. It's supposed to be a ferrum that goes from here to here. There's a gray strap. There's actually a gray pen strap that goes there, and it is not here. I know this because I'm looking at the last tree, and it's not on it. But that's okay. So, oh. Now, you see this right here? That's what you got to watch for. That's what you got to watch for. We screwed that up. How do you fix it? You take your handy dandy, go in your water, You gotta wet the model down, wet the decal down as much as you can, because this has been here a while and it's liable to rip. So you want to just kind of wet it down, and then you want to put that. This is the big reason. See, you got another one just screwed up on too. Folks, this is a catastrophe. But again, stay calm. Go ahead, fix it. I'm going to have to work quick on this. Because the adhesive is trying to set. Now normally when I do a decal and I decal these models up, I will actually let the decal sit and completely dry, but I'm trying to get this series done for y'all, and this is a common mistake that people make when they move a decal or they work on another decal, and just basically take your applicator, put a little water on it, dry it over it, and we're going to assume that it's going to in here and it's going to stay there. Now we got to move over to this one like real quick here, this one here. Alright, kind of do the best you can, get it right back up on that lip. Once you get it up on that lip, and there you go. It's just basically just got to move it a little by little, small bits. You don't want to move it too much. Just a little bit by little bits. That's what you want to do. You want to check, double check your work over here, which this here has been moved just so slightly, but we can fix it quickly. This is the sole reason why the decal process can take a lot of time, because when you're decaling, you gotta let the decal sit and dry and then move on to the next one. If you have wet hands and you're working with another decal, that decal's wet, it wets your model down, the next thing you know, it softens the adhesive on another decal, and this is what happens. So definitely 4th of July around the corner. Adequate lighting is also very, very important, because I'm having a hard time seeing. Now a lot of times these decals will actually form out themselves, so kind of let the decal do the work. And you know, and again, be very vigilant. Starting to have problems talking tonight. See, this one moved on me again, and it is stuck again. So we'll just take a little water. We're going to wet this thing down. Hopefully it'll lift itself back up, which it is. Remember, what you did, that's bad. What I just did is bad. Okay. Sometimes you can also let gravity do some work for you too. But take your tool, put it right there. Take your other hand and just very, very gently slide it off your tool. Just very gently. You don't want to, just a light touch. I'm talking baby touch. You don't want to put any pressure on it, because if it sticks, it will rip, and then you got more issues. Just very gently touch it. What am I doing? I'm actually putting it back on the fender. Keep checking your work, because you bump it, you screw it up. Keep your fingers off the other decals, and just here we go. Stretch it as much as you can without any tension. Working the bubbles out. Always keep your applicator wet. I'm going to keep reminding you of stuff, because I need to be reminded. Pretty sure somebody out there is agreeing with me on that. There we go. Now what will happen with these graphics, especially on the Trans Am, is on the fender stripe packaging, you'll notice on the back side of the front, on the back side of the front fender, which is one I'm working on right now, there is what is called a tail flare. Okay, when you have this correctly in position, that tail flare will curl right there. I mean, right underneath on the very corner there. And that is typical on the 77, 78, and 79 Trans Ams. That is very, very typical. You can check out your auto dealerships for antique cars, and I guarantee you'll find every one of them will have that. And that is a very, very characteristic for this model of vehicle. And you know you got your stripe package right. Now we're going to take a quick break. We're probably going to do another video where I'm going to just finish things up. But right now, we're going to have to just let things dry, because this is like really, really fragile. And I'm telling you, it's getting close. You're going to see a beautiful car. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a look at it so far. We got that. Oh, and you know what? We got a nose problem. So, see that right there? Yep. So we're going to try to get this thing fixed before we start another video. But, yep, that monkey decided to, we bumped her again. And this is a typical, real typical thing. And normally when I do this, and I think I mentioned it previously in the video, I'll let the actual car sit in between applications, and it might take me 2-3 days to actually do the decal work, but I can't let my device sit for 2-3 days on pause. So and we are also on a live network, so and letting everybody actually sit for that, can't do it. So we're working awfully hard and we're making mistakes, showing you how to fix them and all that good happy stuff. And this thing is going to be an issue. Putting this thing on before, when I first applicated it, I thought I was going to have fits, and I spoke too soon. Whoop. Tools are flying. We got just a few more minutes here on this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this thing sit, and we're going to do a next video. We'll do a reveal and kind of give you a heads up on what's coming up, that kind of thing. Here we go. Sometimes it wants to be a pain in the butt, sometimes it don't. Here we go. But yep, there we go. So just do a quick check on everything. Everything looks good. Both that's intact. Well, telling you all right now, this is a joy, and I'm so glad we're together doing this. So what we're going to do is, I think we're pretty good on this, and we're at 37 minutes. I just kind of give you a little bit of tutorial while this dries here. You know, our next build is going to be with the Jeeps, doing lip kits and modifications, and we're also going to take a gravedigger and we're going to make a rock climber out of it. So, and this is by Josh Adams out of Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. Wrote that into us on our email address. So, and it's an awesome idea. And also got another request for a gravedigger, but they want to lower it. They don't want the gravedigger high, they want the gravedigger low. So, which is a really good challenge. And what I did was I went ahead and I purchased a gravedigger truck, and it's just basically put together very generally. And they want the motor in the front, so we got to make the motor from the back go to the front. I'm telling you, we got some good challenges coming in, and those are going to be coming up on our future session after the Jeep. So, and just kind of give you a little bit of a quick look at this. This is so beautiful car. This is such a beautiful car, and that's basically what we have done. And what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and we're going to end this video here. And you know, and I just got to ask you, just like we do on all our videos, hit the share button, hit the like button, subscribe to your friends, your family, anybody who builds models, because you know, building these models, the more people we get on, the more subscriptions we get, you know, the more views we get, you know, the more options we can do on YouTube. And it's like fuel to me. You know, the more fuel we got, the more views we got, the more fuel we got. So, you know, if you got any requests, send it to DIY Chopped Model Master at gmail.com. You know, give us our ideas. If you got pictures, please send us pictures too. If the picture is something we can do, we'll debut it on the YouTube. So, thank you very much for watching, and please hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, but most importantly, keep having fun. And stay tuned because we got one more video to do. Keep having fun, my friend.